We're going to soften that back to come back to centre.
Yeah.
Everyone say like, wow, at your age you still move like water. So what's the secret?
Don't stop. Yes, you got it. You got it. Yeah. So you're going to pull down.
I'm feeling good today. Like Miriam said, day 3, you always expect your energy to be a bit low, but bruises are starting in all the right places.
Yes, good. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't sensible. Yeah. Gorgeous, but other person. Yes. Yeah. Not to face the floor. Ah. Yes. Oh, wait. Up, down. Other way. 7, 8. I missed something there. Really, look that way.
Glad you haven't got the microphone on then.
You look up and see this dance floor rising from the ground, and you have lights up there, and it's just this magical thing that appears for one day only. And I want to be a part of that.
Maybe next week I might feel a bit different. It's always like, it's the best thing ever, it's the best thing ever. And then it's like, whoa. But then by the end, it kind of comes back up again. I think we're up here at the moment. And then we'll start going, oh, everything hurts.
Yeah, just trying to find that community down here, really. And that's where we met Michelle and Dawn and got together and started dreaming. And then the dream came true.
Because there's nothing like it. I'm half getting goosebumps just thinking about actually performing what we're going to be doing.
You're not the same height, one higher, one lower.
Getting up at 5:30 to start training at 6 a.m.
Oh, that early? I didn't know you guys start so early.
Yeah, we did on
so early because they got
the
to work
week
somewhere?
just gone, because the school was on the week just gone, so we had to go 6 till 8:39. So getting up early, I'm not a morning person. Just getting in the harness and feeling that and being like, oh, is this really how sore it's going to be this whole time? But then the body got used to it, so it's good. I was just about to drop to do a roll on the silks, and I saw someone's face, and they were like horrified, and that was a pretty cool moment. I reckon I'll remember, because then you know that they're just like, oh, and you're just like, yeah, this is sick.
So in a way, just like to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
So you never had a doubt that maybe there's something else out there? It's like you knew from 18 you tried, and
Well, I
you
think
never
I
had.
knew from when I was like really young. I always wanted to be in the circus, but
Yeah.
growing up in Bustleton, so I actually grew up in Bustleton, there wasn't really any circus schools down here. So I
Okay.
just did dance and acrobatics and as much as I could
Yeah.
that related to that. And then I found out about a full-time circus school in Melbourne, and then applied for that in year 12, and then, yeah, feeling like a beginner in something that's like up in the air. And circus is really fun. Being a student is like, haven't done that for a while. I've just been teaching, so that's been a really nice change. Trying to find ways to create and perform and find spaces where I can be creative. So you're like up in the air with all the lights and the music, and then you're just like looking around and everyone's looking at you and being like, whoa, like that's a cool moment. Like, I remember the first day and I was like, what are we even gonna do? And then now we're on the 9th day and we've, yeah, done half of it, I guess. Yeah, if you have a passion, just follow it. Because if you follow your passion, you won't feel like you're working a day in your life. It's keep doing what I love doing. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, just do what you love and you'll be happy.
Why this?
Yeah, my mum wasn't quite happy when I said I'm running away now. I'm gonna go New Zealand to a circus school. I generally think the best part of the performance is the creating of the performance. It's now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were times we weren't quite sure how it was going to go, like whether we were going to make it and what it was going to look like and all that kind of stuff. But then, you know, when the lights came on and all the people came, 220 people register or something, and they all came.
I just want to get up there. I'm really going to get up there for as long as I can. I'm starting to really enjoy my harness. Performing, it's the before and the after of the performing itself that is the absolute gold. It's the being in the change room with your mates and having a joke. It's the being on stage with them and going, oh, you know, like figuring out all these problems on stage in that moment and like making it better. It's looking that one person in the eye and knowing that they get you. I don't know. Go beyond the bigness of look at me, and it's instead connecting a community and going, we're in this together. And that's what I find really exciting now. Yeah, having a laugh, getting completely dripping in sweat. It's the finding the little intricacies. I love that part. I kind of reckon performing is just like that little cherry on top, but the cake, the real cake happens here. So happy and grateful to be able to move my body in this way all day, every day for 9 days. I feel very free.
My motto is the best way to be interesting is to be interested. The best feedback was when we were doing question and answers, and this little girl, tiny little girl, puts her little hand up. I was like, what's your question, sweetie? And they said, oh, she doesn't have a question, she just wants a hug. I was like, okay, would you like a hug? And she just gives me this big hug. And I just think, you know, connecting with people of all ages through aerial dance or vertical dance is just such a gift.
I used to think I wanted to perform at like the Opera House and big international tours. But now what I really want to do is I want to connect with my local community through the arts. I want to say a little bit about why Lindsay, because her coming on board, I worked with her about 15 years ago actually, and a few times since. And she moves like water, and seeing somebody move in that way is just so inspiring. And I've taken like little essences of what she's taught me over the years and put that into my own work. I love creating and expressing myself and telling stories. If I can get 18 years more out of that at such a high level, you know, she's just such an inspiration. Yeah, it's just so special.
Every time I do a layout off the wall and I just flick my legs and I go to float mode, I'm just like, boom, because it's the closest you get to flying. Our brains are a little bit fried last week with all the new work and choreography at the start of this week, but it's just starting to gel into place now. So we're just about starting to enjoy it. We have a long way to go, but it feels like the structure is there. It feels like a piece.
I was really, really good until we did the last sequence, and I wasn't sure if it was not knowing the choreography or just my brain going into fuzz, because it was 2:30 and I'd be hanging by my hips all day. So
there's a limit to what you can do in a harness because it is so harsh on the body. So you generally don't stay up for more than 15 minutes. So it's kind of the limit physically for what it's capable to do while still maintaining your health and making it look amazing and effortless.
that you tend to get bruised in various places, so a little bit of extra padding, but the harness also moves on your body, so it's an experiment to see if my pockets or my leggings actually hold them and stop them being shifted around too much. So when Lindsay does a choreography, it looks slow, and then when we do it, it's like super kind of fast, so we're trying to get to that fluid state. So if we can do that in a week's time, we'll be really happy. I'm really comfortable somersaulting and 3D and through the air. What I'm not used to doing is very fine footsteps and dance moves and remembering that choreography. So that's definitely the most challenging part for me. I've been videoing and watching it again and again and again at night so that I can get it into my head. I'm very much a visual learner, so yeah, that is my biggest challenge. Feel like a flock of birds and you're all turning at the same time and flying at the same time, and when you nail that, there is no better feeling. We are starting to discover some beautiful language and really starting to gel as a group of three on the wall. You're actually trading in the floor as your dance floor for a wall as your dance floor, so the plane is literally changing and you're treating gravity in a very different way. And your body has to adapt, and you're using many different muscles to be able to produce the imagery that you see on the wall. Flying with my bird sisters and seeing my friends up on the wall next to me and just all going through the same process to kind of deliver the best show that we can, but keeping that joy in our heart.
I'm so lucky that I get to do what I love with amazing people in a community space with so much support. Yeah, I'm really happy and can't wait to see where we can go next with it. Oh,
As an older vertical dancer, I do always talk about this next generation.
And then I'm going to stay standing on my left foot, just bring this knee in towards my chest. And we went frog, and we went straddle. The spikes are pointing down, I can slide it up, and then as soon as I put weight on it, the spikes dig into the rope and give me. I fell in love with doing the aerial work, and I left the dance company and ran away with the circus. Because that's what you had to do back then, because there weren't any circus schools. So if you wanted to learn those kind of skills, you had to actually join a circus company. Mm-hmm. I think I just enjoyed being at height and seeing the world from a different perspective. We were doing a street theatre show, small street theatre show with a bit of Arial in it. And this little boy just sat and he watched us set up for the show, and he watched all 3 shows that we did, and then he watched us pull the show down, pack it away in the van. And at the end of it, he came up and said, "I really enjoyed watching what you did. Is that something that only girls can do, or can boys do that instead?" And I said, "Absolutely, boys can do that." And he said, it's those kind of things where, you know, they're really small moments, but you realise you've impacted somebody's life. You know, you've shown someone that there's an opportunity that they didn't feel existed for them, that's possible. We've made incredible progress actually. So week 1 was really just about introducing the material and seeing how different people's bodies cope with the material. Then this week, on Monday, we started trying to actually lay some choreography down. We work hard on creating a culture of safety.
The best version of that is when people find it for themselves. You know, you've been going, not quite, and then suddenly they get it, and it's their discovery. So those light bulb moments that have happened for every single person multiple times, you know, and for me, seeing the shift from day 1 to the last rehearsal we did before today on the Thursday, and me just being able to sit back and watch them and not be giving notes, not be calling cues, That's huge. It's that surrender and release and seeing other people make it theirs. There's such a joy in that.
Just to check in on how you're feeling physically, if you've got anything going on, energy levels, anything going on. It's a lot of counting, which is tricky, and it's a lot of memory with movement that isn't your own. My main hope, or if there is any anxiety, is that they get to have the best experience of performing this kind of work. It's great watching them all take control of the project and getting to know each other more and having ambition for where it might go next. Keep exploring, stay curious, and your body will come with you if you're lucky. I mean, I know I've been very lucky to have had so few injuries throughout my career, but follow your curiosity and your passion. Trust yourself, trust your gut, be the best that you can be, and be nice.
I'm excited to see what they do and where they go. This isn't the finish, this is just the beginning.